Ladies and gents, today I'm joined by manager Jamie Cureton and assistant manager Jim Duggan. Today, Bishop Stortford beat Mersham 2-0 with a goal from Ben Warman and Ollie Miles. So the first question today is, why did you decide to come to Bishop Stortford?
I was here last year and really enjoyed it, and the opportunity to come back and carry on, so it was a no-brainer really. I had such a good time last year and thoroughly enjoyed it, so I wanted to carry on playing it.
Jim?
Yeah, similar from me. Obviously I come in back end of January with Kev Watson, who was the manager beforehand. Finished the season quite strong. Obviously Adam Flint was then brought in. I decided to sort of move away from it with Kev, and then obviously 7 or 8, 9 games later, club decided to change things. Jamie got put in charge. We spoke and decided to sort of come back in and help really.
So Jamie, you obviously played in a lot of leagues for Norwich, but what other previous clubs have you been at?
Oh God, Bristol Rovers, Reading, QPR, Exeter, Colchester, Leyton Orient, Cheltenham, Swindon, Dagenham. I think that might be all my league ones, I'm not sure. I apologise if I've left any out. Farnborough, Eastleigh, St Albans and Bishop Stortford. But I've probably left some out. There's been quite a few. And hopefully this will probably be where I end my career at Stortford.
Jim?
Most of my clubs have been in academy roles. Worked at Stevenage, worked at Norwich as a scout, little bits and pieces at Southend. Moving into stuff that's probably more prevalent to the role I'm in now. Did quite a lot of work with Takeley, worked with Stevie Castle, who's an ex-pro. So that was a great experience. And obviously been with Bishop Stortford Academy, been co-running that with Tim Moylett for the last 11 years. Worked with a community club for 17 years. So yeah, again, similar to Jamie, I'd like to think that now we're sort of in and around this, we can bring some long-term success.
So the third question is, who inspired you to become a footballer? Jamie, you first.
No one really. I my dad played non-league stuff. I was brought up around football, so I just always enjoyed playing it from a real young age. Wasn't anyone in particular. I suppose just being brought up, like I say, around my dad and close to sort of Bristol Rovers. I used to go and watch as a young lad, and played in the street constantly and just loved playing. Really enjoyed it, and from then on I've managed to forge a career out of it. But there wasn't one sort of player I can sort of put my finger on. I'd probably be, because my dad played, I was brought up around football.
And Jim?
Similar really. As a kid I sort of got gravitated towards Ryan Giggs very early on, 8 or 9, left-footed, similar to me. Quite quick, quite skillful, similar to me. So just gravitated to him as a player. Obviously then there's the Man United connection, which is why I'm a Man United fan. And again, played in the street with friends, in car parks, up against garages, as a lot of people start that way. And then worked my way through, played Sunday League football, worked up to Senior League, had a couple of games at Ryman. So similar really, similar to Jay's, but nowhere near as good.
So Jamie, you first. What are your personal targets for this season?
Well, personal is to get 20 goals and beyond. And now I'm sort of, joint manager, is to have a successful season. So, we're in a cup semi-final, so I'd like to win that cup. And personally, we'd like to hopefully achieve promotion. So yeah, the sort of targets changed. Now I'm sort of in and around the management sort of area. But yeah, personally, playing-wise, it would be 20 plus goals. Maybe win the top goal scorer in the league. And on the management side, it's definitely, now we're in a semi-final to try and win that, and hopefully, reach the playoffs and maybe win them.
And Jim?
I think obviously more on the coaching side, just to try and contribute and help Jamie as much as I can really, and Steve, and push the club as far as possible. Obviously, as I said before, I've been around this club for 17 years, so I sort of feel like it's my club in a way, in the right way. And I've seen a lot of managers come in and go out, and I've seen a lot of different tactical approaches, should I say, on the pitch. And I suppose really, it's just to try and deliver, as corny as it sounds, what the fans want to see and what's gonna win us games and make us successful, and try and push the club as far as we can go, obviously.
So you were going on about a little bit about tactics. So what is your preferred playing style?
Winning football. It's interesting. Everyone has a lot of philosophies and play the right way and stuff, but I think once you become a manager, ultimately you want to win football matches. And even managers I've played under have had styles and ways of playing, but I think when it gets down to it, you have to get 3 points. So we'd like to play attacking football. I'm a centre forward who likes to score goals, so I'd like my team to be attacking, create a lot of chances, but at the same time, be defensive minded. So yeah, there's not really one style. I want us to play football the right way. Whether that's on the floor, whether that's playing in behind teams. I think you set up certain ways. You have to change certain tactics, but I don't have one hardened way of I'm going to play this way, and we will constantly play that way no matter what. You always have to be adaptable. Certain teams throw up different challenges, and you have to be able to adapt to them. But ultimately, it's nice to play good football, and it's nice the fans enjoy it. But if you're winning most weeks, then most people will accept it. But yeah, anything that's attacking and entertaining on the eye.
Jim?
Yeah, agreed. Really, there's not really a lot of difference. Obviously, we want to entertain. We want the fans to come here on a Saturday and go home and go, you know what, really enjoyed that today. And if we lose, sometimes it's how you lose. We lose trying to do things the right way, and we lose attacking and going at teams. However, you have to be clever, and you have to look at what's in front of you in terms of the other team, how they're setting up, and you have to be a little bit clever around that. So I think winning games obviously is important, but not too far behind is the way we win. So it's striking that balance really.
And Jamie, first of all, what has been the best goal you scored for Stortford?
For Stortford?
Yeah.
Probably be my White Hawk one, the third. Obviously clinched my hat-trick, clinched my 300th goal, 350th goal, and it was a dipping volley in the top corner, so it sort of had everything. It was probably my best, and like I say, it's memorable because it's helped me achieve a few targets that I was pushing for. So I would say that.
Jim?
Can't remember really. I scored some good goals, to be fair. I scored one. I do remember playing for Harlow Town under 18s. I can't remember who we were playing actually. It's bad, isn't it really? But I do remember the ball coming to me on the edge of the box, and I sort of flicked it up off my left foot and volleyed it almost in one motion, and it went bottom right hand corner, and I was quite chuffed with that. So I'll probably say that one for the minute.
For Harlow. And you're at Stortford.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
Made the crossover.
Jamie, as you're the player, any pre-match routines?
Yeah, I got quite a lot.
Loads.
I'm a bit very routine, bit OCD. So I like to get here, especially now in non-league. That normally when you're playing professionally, everything's done for you. Where in non-league you have to bring everything. So I'm very structured. Towel goes out, my socks, my short. I like to have everything in place, and just a set routine where I'm organised. It's probably more organisation more than anything. So I'd have to get that all done and make sure everything's in place. And then I normally like to go out last, which I've done throughout my whole career. I have no idea why. It's something that I've done for a very long time, and I think it's just a habit now. I don't think it makes me play any better or whatnot, because I've been captain a few times and had to go out first, and sometimes you join clubs and other players like to do it. But it's just something that I've always done. But mainly mine is just organisation. Don't like to be rushed. I like to be organised and just have everything in place.
Jim?
Probably similar. Just I like to be here early. I like to be prepared. I don't like rushing. I like to have sort of seen everyone really, shook everyone's hand, make sure I've been around the club and said hello to everyone, and obviously speak to Jamie and Steve and make sure that everything's covered. We spoke about everything because all three of us will obviously come to the table with different things, tactics and bits and pieces, but just to know that's all done and dusted, and then when we step in the change room it can just be fully focused on getting a result, getting everything right. So yeah, I suppose just being on time and being organised for me really. And
Jamie, you mentioned a little bit earlier about your dad playing, but why do you play football? Is it to follow him or?
No, I just love the game, I suppose. It's a bit cliche, but I suppose once I got into it and started to enjoy it, It's something I've always done. Like I say, from about 7, even playing in the park, playing in garages on the street. I've just loved playing football, and I think when I get asked the question why I'm still playing, it's for those reasons. I thoroughly enjoy being out there on a Saturday, whether there's 50,000 or 50 people. It doesn't bother me. I get the same buzz, and that's why I probably push myself, to keep playing. I literally, love playing football. So it's a bit sad, but I always have, and even at my age now, I still do.
Jim?
Yeah, obviously, when I played a long time ago, it's just the same thing. Just love the game, love for winning. I fear losing. I hate losing. So I like to play to win, to express myself against other players, to sort of show what I could do really. And then obviously moved into coaching 17 years ago, and I suppose now really, as corny as it sounds, it's just to try and bring your experiences and the things you've seen and learnt and heard and try and improve.
Cheers, guys.
Try and improve. Cheers, go. Try and improve the players that I'm working with now, and obviously with Ollie in the team now and a few others beforehand, it's nice to see that some of what you're saying and some of what you're teaching them is happening, coming through, and they're taking it in and putting themselves at a level. So I'd say that really.
So Jim, you've also mentioned you support Man U. What other teams do you support?
I used to follow Brighton quite a lot because my brother-in-law played there, Gary Hart. He was there for 14 years, so I used to follow them quite a lot. And one of my best friends was assistant manager at Swindon, so obviously I had an interest in them. I wanted to see how they done every Saturday, so I used to follow their results. And he's now at Leyton Orient, so again, I have a little keen eye on their results on a Saturday.
And Jamie?
I'm a Man United fan. Always have been since a kid. But I follow Bristol Rovers. They're my local team who I grew up literally 5 minutes from their old stadium in Eastfield, and it was the first team I ever went to watch live. So I follow them. But yeah, I'm a Man United fan, and I probably follow all my teams some more than others. I have obviously a closer relationship with certain clubs that I've played for, but in general, I try and follow a lot of my ex-teams.
And the final question: what is your message to all the youth players?
Well, hopefully there's a pathway and they can see it. I think me and Jim and Steve will try and bring as many through as possible. It's part of the club. Jim works tirelessly with it, producing players. And, sometimes when you've not got the biggest budget in the league, you have to, find little rough gems, find the kids to come through. So my sort of message to them is work hard, keep your head down, and if you're doing the business, there is an opportunity here. We don't, overlook you. You can be 16, you can be 43, I suppose, but we will always give you a chance if we feel you're good enough, and we feel that, you're working hard, and the chance is here. And that would be what I'd say to all kids, whether you're here at the moment or you're looking to join the academy. There is a pathway. You can see that with the amount of players that have come through the system, and I think probably now with me and Jim in charge and Steve, more will probably get the opportunity. Ollie's obviously come in and scored today. He's been in and around the first team and at 16. I think that's huge. There won't be many clubs that will have 16-year-olds that are pushing to play in their first team, and that just shows it. Alfie's come through and Jack. Alex is now involved, so we're a club that I think we'll always use the academy because I think it's run so well, and there are players that are good enough to come in the first team. So it would be mine to, once you're in it, work hard, and there'll always be an opportunity for you.
And Jim?
Yeah, similar. I think it's just about showing them that it's possible. I mean, obviously all young lads, or most young lads, grow up and they want to be footballers. And obviously they're going to look at the highest level, Premier League and Championship and all that, which is great, and it's not the impossible, but it's the unlikely. And I think with your lower leagues, and especially when the academy boys come in with us now, when we take the new players in, it's saying to them, listen, if you work hard and you're dedicated and you've got the right mentality and you live right away from the pitch, with your diet and bits and pieces and the way you handle yourself, it's possible. And as Jamie said, it's great to see, obviously, Ollie this season breaking in so young, only in with the academy for a month, and already he's been brought in, which is fantastic and very rare to come in that early. But then before that goes Jack, Alfie, obviously we had Jacob in for a little while. So there is a pathway, and we will bring them in and we will expose them to it if they're good enough. So I think it's just nice for them to see that it does happen, it can happen, and then hopefully maybe even use this as a platform if they do well enough there's no reason why you can't go on and play at a higher level, Conference South, maybe even Conference Prem. And that would be great for us to see as coaches and managers, that we've given youngsters a platform to go on and better themselves, really. So, yeah, that really.
Thank you for both of your times.
You're welcome.
And hopefully we'll get another video at the end of the season. So thank you.
No
Cheers,
problem.
Jamie.
Thank you.